Pittsburgh.
One, two, three, one.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair. Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock, coming to you from the Mount Lebanon Ice Center, 20 minutes south of downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill. Forget 10-band, let's strike up the pep band for South Fayette Senior Night. The pomp and circumstance of Senior Night is back once again here in the South Hills, and before the game, the Lions honored their 5-player class of 2026, and now they get ready to take on their Mount Lebanon Ice Center co-tenants, the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. A PIHL Class 3A battle pitting the South Fayette Lions, winners of 6 of 13 overall, against the Blue Devils, winners of just 2 overall and 1 in regulation. South Fayette won 3 of 5 before the holiday break, most recently a 2-1 victory over Thomas Jefferson on the 18th of December. The top scorer in their senior class this year, Mikhail Lobanov, number 27 in white, warming up in the mix off to our left. The Russian international leads the Lions senior class with 15 career goals, 23 assists, 38 career points in 44 career varsity games. Lobanov joined by Guy Harris, Santino Vizio, Alex Sioka, and Rocco Bovolino as the pregame senior honorees. The star, however, for South Fayette this season, the bigger star, has been for the third year in a row an underclassman. Nate Keller, number 43, the Lions captain, a 2-time All-Star selection. He's going to be back in that event again this year. He comes into Thursday tied for third in AAA in goals with 10 and tied for fourth in the points column with 20 points as a junior this season. South Fayette taking on a Mount Lebanon team that's been hit hard not just by graduation but by roster attrition, but they've got a pretty exciting underclassmen of their own. Their captain, number 68, fellow junior Xavier Bias, the Shaha Panthers product, leading the Blue Devils, entering Thursday night with 6 goals and 10 points. Held to just 1 point, however, in his last 3 games. The Blue Devils coming off a 2-1 loss to Franklin Regional over in Westmoreland County on Monday night. They're trying to snap a 5-game skid. They're trying to find some offense and trying to find some help for Bias, who's been easier to defend without some of those highly talented underclassmen around him. And you look to guys like Graham Resler, who's not an underclassman, but he is an all-star like Bias this year, and he is a senior forward, and he's been playing remarkably since recovering from knee surgery 11 months ago. 8 points since his return and clean bill of health to the Mount Lebanon varsity lineup. The Blue Devils, coached by Jeremy Church in his 5th full season behind the varsity bench. South Fayette for the 7th consecutive season, coached by Matt Schwartz. And the Lions are going to try and find some offense on senior night as well. They've got just 5 goals in their last 5 games played, even though, as I said, they've been treading water and able to stay in a playoff position. South Fayette 7th in the 11-team AAA classification coming into Thursday night. They've still got a long way to go to make the playoffs, but as they demonstrated a year ago with this 2026 senior class, all you got to do is get in, and then all bets are off. And that's what the Lions are going to try to inch closer to doing as they look to sweep the season series from their Mount Lebanon Ice Center brethren tonight. Thank you, Austin McLean, and thank you, South Fayette Pep Band. Once again, the students of South Fayette High School with a very classy and very live rendition of our national anthem. Starting goaltenders for tonight. For South Fayette, junior and 2026 All-Star Jackson Ankrum was the first out of the tunnel for the warm-up skate. He'll be back in the cage for his 12th official appearance. And for Mount Lebanon, they've got an all-star between the pipes as well, and he's only a sophomore, Sam Shin, who's played and fought valiantly despite the fact it's been a rough regular season thus far for the Blue Devils. Shin, another product of that Shaha Panthers travel hockey program. South Fayette, their magic number to make the playoffs, still in double digits at the moment, coming into tonight. 7 games remaining in their regular season. They have a 3-4 record against their remaining opponents. Their only win in regulation, however, was the season opener here against the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. So this is a Lions team with an emotional chip on their shoulder, obviously, because they want to put on a show for their families, and it's an all-senior line getting the start for Matt Schwartz. But they've got something to prove as a team as they try to wrap up a second consecutive Class 3A playoff spot. And the Blue Devils control the opening puck drop, moving it from right to left on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin. Santino Vizio promptly shoved to the ice by Resler as Ankrum is forced to cover. We've told you before about Ankrum's claim to goaltending fame, 62 saves in that Marathon Penguins Cup championship loss last season. And it was interesting hearing some of the South Fayette players talk in pregame about their favorite Scholastic hockey memories, and many cited that Marathon Penguins Cup final game, even though it ended in a loss, as their favorite Scholastic hockey experience as that puck goes out of play in Mount Lebanon ice. Seneca Valley defeating the Lions in the longest AAA final game in league history and the second longest game overall of the PIHL era. And Mount Lebanon is the team against whom that playoff run began for South Fayette. The Blue Devils entering last year as a 7 seed, which is where they are right now. And they upset the second-seeded Blue Devils at the time en route to that final game. Ankrum with another save, cradling that puck up high. Ankrum 6-5, 335 goals against average, 895 save percentage, good for 6th in that category among 3A netminders. Romanelli, the alternate captain, controlling the faceoff and getting it deep for South Fayette. Parker Arlett, the Pittsburgh Predators product, playing it behind his own net. Ben Kurta helps the Blue Devils battle out of that jam, and Mount Lebanon gets this puck ahead for Will White. Will White playing it behind the South Fayette goal. White scoring his first ever varsity goal in that first regular season game against the Lions. Jackson Stilley bumped off that puck by Cam Mayer. Stilley from the corner thought about going to Mayer. Instead, the Blue Devils will take it the other direction. White unable to split the D. Luca Romanelli standing him up. Charlie Bank playing it for the Blue Devils. Bank with the lone Mount Lebanon goal in Monday's defeat at Delmont. Bank inadvertently playing that one off the official. Zach Lynham gets it deep. Mount Lebanon offside. March and Morgan, the USA Hockey crew, on duty for South Fayette Senior Night 2026. They drop the puck, and the Lions have it this time, but not for long. Bank at center, resetting to Lynham. Lions are able to go D to D this time. Owen Sims surveys the play from in front of his own bench. Played up to Lobanov, and it's going to be held by Shin. Shin, a 2-6-1 record, 334 goals against average, 881 save percentage, good for 8th among AAA goalies. Just over 500 minutes played for the sophomore. A hybrid style goalie, does a little bit of stand-up, a little bit of butterfly, a little bit of everything. And he tends to play very well in this building, at least when TenbandTV cameras have been present, for whatever that's worth. Snyder turning that puck over at the side of the net. Ankrum able to hug that post and keep it out. Bias, the agent of chaos, as Ressler puts it on goal and through a crowd, Ankrum spots it. South Fayette with another face-off win. This time it was within their own zone, excuse me. Keller, poke check by Kurta. And the door opening on the hit by Kurta. Protocol is to stop play immediately, and that's what this officiating tandem of March and Morgan does. Kurta with points in 4 of his last 5 games, and the Blue Devils will take offense from whomever and whatever can give it to them. They've been in a lot of the games they've lost, but just unable to manufacture goals the way they did with relative ease a season ago. Dylan Mash retreating. Playing it to Romanelli. Romanelli defers to Johnny Alex. Stilley up to center. Lynham, the only man in the vicinity, and he'll dump it in for Mount Lebanon. Jeremy Church telling his team to change on the fly early in a scoreless first period. Stilley concedes to Eberhardt, and the Mount Lebanon alternate captain gets it near side to Kyle Quigley. Keller Dungan giving chase in the corner. He puts a hit on Mash from behind. Mason Vidak had a goal in the last pre-holiday game for the Lions, playing this puck, leaving it for Mash. And Keller will start the breakout for South Fayette. Near side intended for Vidak. The pass too strong. Lynham scoops it up deep in his own zone. Quigley from center red with the dump in. Another line change for Lebo. Vidak off a Mount Lebanon stick, that of Wrestler. Vidak trying to keep it inside the line. He can't. Bias with it. Shrugs off Santino Vizio. Xavier Bias left circle. Backhander on Ankrum. And Ankrum's got it in his glove. Bias held without a point the last time these teams met. Hudson Venom taking that face-off and winning it for the Lions. Venom with 13 points on the season for the team in green, more than doubling his total from last season. Ivan Kalinko up to Lobanov. Lobanov toward goal, makes his move. Save made. He tried to open up the 5-hole on Shin. Shin wasn't having it. Lobanov with it in the corner. Ankrum from an angle. Blocker save by Sam Shin. Wearing that green Shaha Panther waffle on his right hand to go with those green leg pads. Arlett at the other end for Mount Lebanon. Taken off the puck by Kalinko. And here comes the Russian native, Mikhail Lobanov, up for Venom. Venom met at the Mount Lebanon line by Arlett. Arlett gives him a little extra business as the Blue Devils bring it back. Bank down low. Too many white shirts in the way. Powers trying to work that puck out in front. Still not cleared. Eberhardt from the point. Josh Lehman hit as he played that puck. Romanelli fighting Bank for possession, far side. And it's kicked back to center. Controlled by Kalinko. Kalinko from distance. Blocker saved by Shin. And officials say it hit the protective netting, and some action after the whistle. Lynham getting a little overzealous, and let's see if this leads to anything. It does not, fortunately for his sake. Dave Hornack, the Mount Lebanon assistant coach and a highly respected youth hockey instructor for many, many years in the South Hills, giving out some instructions to his players before the face-off. Kurta. Cross ice for Eberhardt. And it's icing on Lebo. Under 10 to go in a still scoreless first period. Lions fighting for the offensive zone faceoff. Stilley with a shoulder check on Pierce Conrarty. Resler trying to protect the puck. Keller with it under duress is able to get it up to Sims. Cross ice for Mash. Mash upstairs. Oh, how did Shin find that one? But find it he did. And so we'll do it again from the same spot. Shin, one of 4 Mount Lebanon All-Star representatives in 2026. Keller trying to create space in the corner. Chased by Kurta. Keller out in front, unable to handle that pass was Johnny Alex. Blue Devils try to get the transition game going. Here's Kurta on one hand. Kurta from an angle. Ankrum the save. White to the corner. And around the boards, it'll come to Arlett on the half wall. Cam Mayer off a South Fayette skate. Keller in the right place at the right time for that one. Lions still unable to clear. Arlett to the corner. Curda, a loud save by Ankrum. The rebound bounces behind the Lions' cage. Mayer fighting for it. And he'll reset to the point for Cooper Church. Good forecheck here by Mount Lebanon, midway through a scoreless first period. Curda maintaining possession for Church. Church fires, it's blocked again. Another good gap by Keller. That pass attempted by Arlett interrupted, and we get a whistle and a stoppage as the facial cages on the helmets of two players were tied up, and officials not taking any chances. Arlett and Alex, the players inadvertently involved, appear to be okay, and so the face-off comes in South Fayette territory after the unplanned stoppage. A bit of a break there for the Lions, who were on their heels a bit for an extended period, but they have this puck now. Vidak brings it up to center. Sioka behind the net, overtaken by Conrarty. Romanelli keeps it at right point. Sioka playing it deep for Bovalino. Bovalino shut from behind by Will Varhala. Bias outletting now for Sean Huff. Huff dispossessed by Vidak. Varhola for Bias. Vizio near side Romanelli. Romanelli's outlet pass intercepted by Bank. And Charlie Bank is offside. Last year, 250,000 unique viewers watched live and on-demand coverage of the PIHL All-Star Games on TenbandTV. Maximize your brand exposure across Western PA by sponsoring our 2026 PIHL All-Star coverage. Email sales@tenbandmedia.com to learn more and watch the 2026 PIHL All-Star Games live from the RMU Island Sports Center Sunday, January 25th, beginning at noon, always free on TenbandTV. Icing on the Lions with just over 7 minutes remaining. Still no score on South Fayette Senior Night, period 1 at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. A few years ago, these teams played each other on Mount Lebanon Senior Night as part of a Sunday night exhibition game. This one counts. South Fayette last season moving up to Class 3A from Class 2A. Ankrum with a blocker save a moment ago, and he watches this puck whiz past him. Eberhardt behind the net to Bank. Lehman couldn't control it in the corner, and the Lions are going to take their chance with another face-off on the icing call. Sims from his own corner, out of play. One of the Lions dumped in the face-off circle. That's Venom, no worse for the wear. And Matt Schwartz wants a fresh unit out there anyway for this ensuing face-off. Lions win another one. Philip Lea deflecting that one up to Keller. Keller just inside the line, sends it around the Mount Lebanon net. White, cross ice for Mayer. Mash from in front of the scorer's table. Greeted by Mayer. Ankrum settles this one down and swipes it to the corner. Evan Morale, a varsity debutante on that night of September 29th, the last time these teams met. On now for Matt Schwartz's Lions. Keller playing this puck from deep in his own zone. Nate Keller across the line has Leia going to goal. Keller skating wide toward goal. Shin the save. The rebound is loose in front. Nobody could find it except White. Correction, that's Curta playing it into South Fayette territory. Venom plays it to himself essentially. South Fayette trying to make a change behind the play as Conrarty gets a stick in the way of that shot attempt. Blue Devils have numbers after the faceoff. Bias, right side. Bias firing on Ankrum. Ankrum the save, and there is no rebound as he took a little extra, and the Lions take it personally. South Fayette, one of the more penalized teams this season in Class 3A. Mount Lebanon, conversely, one of the least penalized. And for a moment, I thought they were each going to pick up something. For now, they're letting boys be boys. Lions win another own zone faceoff. Lobanov on one hand. On Shin, and Kalinko attracts attention from a couple of the Blue Devils. That's Conrarty and Ressler as Shin covers for the faceoff. The two captains squaring off. Keller wins it. Mash above the circle. Mash shooting. It's kicked wide. Bias unable to clear the zone. Lions send it deep. Romanelli for Keller. To the corner for Luca Romanelli. Loose in front. Stilly firing wide of goal. Not a lot of quality chances thus far for South Fayette as Bias is able to get it as far as the South Fayette blue line inside the final 5 minutes of period one. Conrarty to center, trying to lead it on for the all-star forward, and it's icing on Mount Lebanon. The Blue Devils have been, despite their record, one of the stronger first period teams in Class 3A, but unable to find an answer for Jackson Ankrum despite outshooting the Lions early on. Vidak in the corner. Bank around for Eberhardt. Eberhardt running right into Rocco Bovolino. And this bouncing puck is played at center by Josh Lehman. Lehman unable to control it. Bank unable to do so as well. Mount Lebanon has to tag up. Ankrum takes advantage but turns the puck over. And the Blue Devils promptly give it right back to Vidak. Sort of a lose-lose there, a sloppy sequence by both teams, and it doesn't lead to anything of note. Mount Lebanon will play it deep into South Fayette ice. No icing. Vizio in the nick of time, getting it up to his alternate captain, Mash. That outlet pass deflecting off Curta. Vidak at center. Vidak trying to set it up for Kalinko. Instead, it comes to Bovolino, but that pass broken up by Arlett, who had Bovolino tied up in the circle. White shoved as he got rid of that puck. South Fayette was in the middle of a line change. And now it comes to Kalinko. Kalinko unable to advance that puck. Lobanov losing possession for a split second to Kurta, but here comes Mash for the Lions. Mash shoved off the puck by Arlett. White lost an edge trying to play it. Venom unable to get deep. Kurta from behind the net. Loose in front, and the Lions have it. Lobanov, 2-on-2 with Venom. Lobanov firing from 1 foot, and a good save there by Shin. The rebound is blocked by Lynham, out of play. A good crowd on both sides of the barn tonight for South Fayette senior night. The ones off to my right can exhale for the time being. Lobanov firing from 1 foot, and a good save there by Shin. The rebound Lobanov is blocked by Lynham. Some big goals for the Lions in his high school career. Had the game winner on December the 18th, the last game for the Lions. Midway through the third period of that one, Keller unable to elevate it underneath the bar. He had lots of net to aim for, too. He just airmailed it. Final 2 minutes of first period play. Snyder off a body. Shin. And Sam Shin able to spot another one. He's seen the puck really well. Shin has through traffic a couple of times tonight. As Mount Lebanon wins the faceoff, and here comes Huff. Huff had a step on Mash. Huff behind the South Fayette net. Still controlling this puck. Bias was open in front, but they couldn't get it to him. Arlett from behind the net to Conrarty. Conrarty to the corner for Parker Arlett. Kurta on the off wing. Blocked aside by a standing Ankrum. Bias keeps it in the zone. Bias, with those strong hands and legs, gets it to the corner. Wicked bounce there right to Kalinko, who's knocked off balance by the Mount Lebanon captain at the end of his shift. Romanelli taking matters into his own hands. Arlett up to center. Lobanov dispossessed at center ice. Romanelli too far for Keller. Venom to Nate Keller. Keller around one man. Here's Johnny Alex toward goal. He misses the net. Half a minute to go in the period. Vizio with the keep. Hudson Venom against the grain. That's blocked. Venom keeps it on side to Keller. Keller unable to reconnect with Venom. White through the neutral zone. Trailing the play is Mayer. Mayer through a couple defensemen toward goal. And he goes 5-hole on Jackson Ankrum with 15 ticks to talk. Oh, shake well before using. Cam Mayer sneaks it past the South Fayette netminder to make it 1-0 Mount Lebanon. 6th of the year for Mayer, the Mount Lebanon junior. White through the neutral zone. Trailing the play is Mayer. He couldn't split the D, but he didn't have to. Defenseman toward goal, and he goes 5-hole on Jackson Ankrum with 15 ticks to talk. Oh, shake. "17 first period goals now for the Blue Devils this season, unofficially second most in Class 3A as the first period winds down with the quote-unquote away team quieting the senior night crowd with a late goal. Cam Mayer, has made it 1-0 Mount Lebanon over South Fayette after one. Matt Popchock here for South Fayette Senior Night on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
The side switch has occurred, and we're quickly back to action for period 2 on South Fayette Senior Night 2026 at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. The Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, who share this building with the Lions, lead said team 1-0 thanks to a very late first period goal, an unassisted one officially, we are told, by Cam Mayer. Again, goal number 6 for number 97 in dark blue, and Ankrum out of position, making that save. Unable to ram in the rebound was Zach Lynham. And that could have been real trouble to begin period 2 for South Fayette. First period shots on goal, unofficially, Mount Lebanon 14, South Fayette 9. And we told you what a strong first period team Mount Lebanon has been. This has been their bugaboo, putting together a full 3-period game. And that's their challenge for the second half of this regular season. Put together more complete efforts and try and climb the standings as best they can after a rough first half. And they're facing a South Fayette team that has been struggling of late offensively. Vidak over the attacking line. Vidak glances it off the glove of Shin. Vidak out in front. It's cut out, and with help from Parker Arlett, Shin freezes it for the faceoff. Craft House Stage and Grill is a live music venue on Curry Road in the South Hills, offering local and nationally touring acts all week long, as well as over 50 beers on tap and a scratch-made kitchen with delicious eats. If you're a night owl, like I used to be before I got old and had a kid, check out the late night happy hour Fridays and Saturdays, 11 to 1 all month long for half off 20 delicious menu items, no cover charge. Visit crafthousepgh.com for a full menu and complete calendar of live events. Scramble in front of the Blue Devils goal. The Lions unable to convert, but Nate Keller, the South Fayette captain, has it for South Fayette. Near side to Mash. Mash, that shot is blocked. Keller powering forward. Keller to the goal. Keller on his backhand. Oh, what a stop there by Shin! Early second period thievery by the sophomore to keep it a 1-0 game. Mash, that shot is blocked. Keller powering forward. Keller to the goal. Keller on his backhand. Oh, what a stop there by Shin! As many periods that Keller has been able to get Shin in the prone position, whether by accident or design, and twice he's been unable to lift that puck. Keller just a bit snake bit here tonight. Long way to go, though, in this one. South Fayette, a decisive win in the team's first meeting and a decisive playoff upset back in March. And you better believe this Mount Lebanon team remembers both contests, and they would love to play party crasher and party spoiler here on this festive Thursday evening. Over the line comes Huff. Mash rides him to the corner. Romanelli playing it near corner now, trying to get it to Keller, who has his stick tied up, perhaps by his own teammate Mash. No, one of the Blue Devils actually is on top of it. That's Bias trying to help out his forechecker. South Fayette, however, wins the puck battle. Lobanov had Keller up ahead of the play, but decides to keep it himself. And Bias, with a loose stick at his feet, plays it up ahead for the Blue Devils. Romanelli on the retreat, pressured by Resler to the corner. Those two pushing and shoving. Long shift for Keller as he gets it up to center. Conrarty there to accept it for Mount Lebanon. Delayed offside on the Blue Devils. Romanelli will zip it up ahead, intended for Keller. Keller trying to get a step on Conrarty. He did. Negated the icing call, but that's about it. Liam Powers on the off wing to Lehman. Lehman just missing upstairs. Bank has the rebound. He's hit hard from behind by Venom, but he still has this puck, playing it out in front. A good defensive maneuver there by one of the Lions, who knocked his own net off the moorings in the process. That was Owen Sims taking one for the team. Matt Schwartz calling for a line change before this face-off. We told you about Dave Hornack, Church's assistant, over on the Mount Lebanon bench. Schwartz, for the 7th straight year, assisted by former teammate and longtime friend Christian Hansen, the Peters Township alumnus. Harris from the wing. That's stopped by Shin, and there is no rebound. Harris, one of those 5 pregame honorees, making just his 3rd varsity appearance this season. His first was against the team we'll be seeing here next Thursday, the Seneca Valley Raiders. More on that later. Shin forces another face-off from the same spot. Alex Sioka, who also debuted in that game against Seneca Valley, took it for the Lions, but the Blue Devils have this puck. They come ahead 3-on-2. Dungan to Quigley. Quigley! A little too much sauce on that one, and it'll be a face-off this time in the South Fayette end. South Fayette continuing to hold its own and then some in the face-off circle, but they trail 1-0 early in period 2. Stilley going down behind the Mount Lebanon goal and has to tag up as the Lions send it inside the line. Kurta behind the net. Ankrum almost turning it over, but Romanelli cleans it up. Mash over the attacking line for the Lions. Arlett took that one away. And the Lions have it once again. Here's Keller. Keller's wrister. Score! Psycho Keller. Qu'est-ce que c'est? South Fayette ties it at 1 with 11:45 till the ice cut. Mash, that shot is blocked. Keller. Oh, the way Keller's been skating. Keller on his backhand. These last
what
few
a
shifts,
stop there
it felt
by
like it was
Shin.
just a matter of time before he did get one.
Early.
And he goes bar down on Sam Shin to get the Lions on the board here in the second. Keller's 11th to augment his team lead. One of the premier underclassmen in the PIHL the last couple seasons. And here's one of the other ones, Xavier Bias, right back on the attack for Mount Lebanon. Officially, it's an unassisted goal for Keller. So each team has one of those to their credit, and we've got a brand new senior night hockey game. Sims from behind his own net. That puck eluding Kalinko. Unlucky bounce off the boards, but the Blue Devils have to tag up. Vizio surveying the play. Ahead for Kalinko. Venom just barely able to stay on side. Kalinko's shot from roughly 60 feet, deflecting wide. Bias hits Huff on the left wing. Huff to the corner, shouldered by Vizio. Bank collects it for Eberhardt. Eberhardt in front, that's blocked by Mash. Saved by Ankrum. He doesn't know where this puck is. It's still available. Ankrum trying to cover in the blue paint as he does. It looked like that might have been Bank trying to shovel in the rebound. Lehman in the thick of that play as well for Lebo. And South Fayette survives a scare. Blue Devils win the face-off, but Lehman is tied up by Bovalino. Bovalino trying to earn a zone exit for South Fayette. Mash will have to do it from the left of his goaltender, Jackson Ankrum. Lynham around the boards. Lehman to center with the dump in. Under 10 to go in the second period. South Fayette tying Mount Lebanon at 1 moments ago on the team-leading 11th goal of the year by Nate Keller. Lehman trying to use the glass to his advantage. Bank able to get there. Lehman unable to put that puck on goal. Eberhardt deflects it in! The Blue Devils have retaken the lead, and it's got to be the hair cotton. Eberhardt shot it. I don't know who touched it, if anybody. This may be Sam Eberhardt's goal. If it is, it's his first as a varsity Blue Devil. Better late than never, and Bank it looms large in this one. 2-1 Mount Lebanon. Put that puck on goal. Eberhardt deflects it in! They're going to say Powers got the last stick on it. So for Eberhardt's fellow senior, Liam Powers, it's his first varsity goal. And the more things change, the more they stay the same. Keller draws a crowd, and that nearly dribbled in off the stick of Shin. Vizio, his shot blocked. Kurta trying to clear it, and he does back to the neutral zone. South Fayette tagging up quickly. Kurta, cross ice for Arlett, quickly up to White. White from atop the left circle, blockered away by Ankrum. Midway through period 2, Liam Powers' tip-in goal returns the 1-goal lead to the Blue Devils. Keller makes his move. He has to cut his losses and leave that puck in the corner. Arlett up the right wing, around Sims. Arlett, cross ice for Kurta. Kurta on Ankrum, and Ankrum has it in his left hand. Last year, 250,000 unique viewers watched live and on-demand coverage of the PIHL cross ice for Kurta. Kurta on TenbandTV. Maximize your brand exposure across Western PA by sponsoring our 2026 PIHL All-Star coverage. Email sales@tenbandmedia.com to learn more and watch the 2026 PIHL All-Star Games live from the RMU Island Sports Center Sunday, January 25th, beginning at noon. Always free on TenbandTV. This puck through a crowd again. Ankrum point blank, denying wrestler. The Blue Devils have the lead, and they're looking for breathing room now with 8 minutes till the ice cut. 21 saves and counting for South Fayette junior Jackson Ankrum, trying to keep his team in it. Kolenko with a dump in. Conrarty near side for Bias. Murphy dumping this puck. Up ahead it comes to Huff. Huff to the goal. Oh, what a pad save there by Ankrum. And you might want to keep that one back of mind as well. Venom with a draw pass to Lobanov. Lobanov off a Mount Lebanon skate. Slap shot and a save by Shin on Ivan Kolenko. And we might be getting a penalty. And we are. It's going to go against the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, hooking the indication. With a draw pass to Lobanov. Lobanov off a Mount Lebanon skate. It's Huff, the sophomore, and a save by Shin for 2 minutes on Ivan Kolenko. First penny power play of South Fayette senior night belongs to the Lions. They have been middle of the pack on the PP this season, 19.6. 6 out of 11 teams. Mount Lebanon, 9th on the penalty kill at 71% even. Keller with the breakout for the Lions. Being chased first by Curta, now by Bank. Drop pass to Venom. Venom almost gave it away to Conrarty. Lions retain possession. Lobanov for Keller. Vizio from the point to Lobanov. Lobanov waiting and watching. Right circle, shooting on goal. Save made. The rebound clear, but not out. Keller to Lobanov. Lobanov from distance. Hard pass there to Keller. Venom in the corner. Midway through the penny power play. That shot deflected by Arlett. Out of action. Sam Shin played the last game between these teams in relief of Gus Zentner. Made 19 saves in relief in that one. He's got 17 thus far. Make it 18 as he stops Keller. Under a minute to go now on the minor penalty against Huff. The two captains going at it. This one belongs to Keller and South Fayette. Vizio to Keller. Vizio from distance. Back to Nate Keller. Back to Vizio. Vizio shooting. Save made. Rebound controlled by the Blue Devils, but not cleared. Keller for Lobanov. Back to Keller. Lobanov. Right circle. That shot blocked. Put toward goal. Save made again. Recovered by Lobanov. Blue Devils pinned to their own zone this whole time. And they catch a break as that pass eluded Keller with 15 to go on the power play. Keller drops it for Venom. Venom crisscrossing with Stilley to Keller. Keller in front. It deflects off the skate and in. Does it count? Officials are conferring. We have not seen an official signal yet. Still no official word. Todd Kazarowski's going to hold his finger over that replay button all night if he has to. This is a long conversation, and it counts. Crisscrossing with Stilley. They say it was not a deliberate kicking motion. It is a goal for the South Fayette Lions, just as the officials are conferring. We have not seen got a 2-2 game, and these signal yet are making me thirsty. What a weird sequence of events on special teams for both clubs. Jeremy Church understandably pleading his case, and I'd probably be doing the same thing. It was one of those calls where maybe on a different night they say no goal. But for now it stands and the game is tied once more. What's that adage? It's not how, it's how many. Well, the South Fayette Lions just demonstrated that. And so the Blue Devils go back to work here in a tie game with Powers knocking down Mash at center. Conrarty up his own boards to Powers. Powers scoring his first career goal earlier in this period. And it's Stilley vis-a-vis his foot who gets credit for the South Fayette goal. So Stilley credited with goal number 5 on his junior season. And goal number 2 of the power play variety just before the penny power play expired. 10 power play tallies as a team this year now by South Fayette, third most in Class 3A. So they get a special teams goal, fluky though it was, and they've gotten some big saves in this period from Ankrum as well. Special teams and goaltending can go a long way. Curta up for White. White ahead for Mayer. Mayer. Poke check by Romanelli. Keller from his own corner off a Mount Lebanon stick and through center it'll come. Arlett giving chase. Ditto Lobanov. Lobanov trying to get there first. He does, but not before Sam Shin. Under 4 minutes till the ice cut here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Stilley being given credit officially for an unassisted power play goal, with the puck going in off his skate. Near side it comes. A little too fast for Sioka to handle. Bias to center. Vizio plays it to the Mount Lebanon line. Bias drawing a penalty. Rocco Bovolino immediately giving the who me to this USA Hockey crew, but he'll sit for hooking. And for the second time, we have a penny power play in this hockey game. This time, Mount Lebanon gets the man advantage. Mount Lebanon also middle of the pack in 3A on the power play this season, 20% even, 5th out of the 11 teams in the circuit. South Fayette has struggled on the penalty kill, just 67.6%, they're 10th. But they get a big face-off win and a big clear by Keller with time ticking away in the second. Romanelli to the corner. Another clear by the Lions, this time from center ice. Curta, cross ice. Romanelli again with the active stick, but Bias is able to take the pass and protect this puck. Get it to Arlett. Arlett near side Mayer. Mayer, score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Mayer on the penny power play. And after being hard done by the hockey gods, Mayer goes 5-hole once again. Nice. And it's 3-2 Blue Devils, 2:44 remaining in period 2. Puck. Get it to Arlett. Arlett near side Mayer. Mayer, score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Mayer on the penny power play. Make it a lucky 7 for junior Cam Mayer, his second of the night. And Powers will get it deep for the Blue Devils. Out in front it comes on the backhand. Lehman unable to beat Ankrum. Officials saying the net dislodged, so I'm not sure that would have counted anyway. They call for the face-off to Ankrum's right. Blue Devils win a face-off. Good effort there by Bank, just couldn't hit the target. Lehman takes that one off the armpit, and out of play it goes. Jeremy Church wanting clarification on where the face-off will take place. It will remain in South Fayette territory. Mayer from Resler officially on the penny power play for Mount Lebanon. That's the difference maker at the moment. Arlett putting Jackson Stilley in a blender. Bank from behind the net. Ankrum trying to freeze that puck. He can't. Venom unable to exhaust the area. Now Kalinko will do so. Venom coming back for South Fayette. Offside on himself. He'll let Conrarty play it to Powers. Powers right into the glove hand of Ankrum. So South Fayette will endure another defensive zone face-off with time ticking away in the second. Mash has it for the Lions. Off a couple of skates, Sioka up ahead to Keller. Keller, 1 against 2. Keller to the goal, lost the puck. Bank and Eberhardt, Lynham and Eberhardt doing Keller. Just enough to mess with Keller, 1 against the mojo of the South Fayette captain. Puck. Blue Devils changing personnel before this face-off on Mount Lebanon Ice. Sioka off of Keller. Mash shooting it. Loud save by Shin. Romanelli with the keep in. Lobanov. Not quick enough for Huff. Approaching the final minute of second period play. Mash will dump it. Keller will chase it. But Mount Lebanon gets there in plenty of time. Icing on the Blue Devils. Venom against Kurta. Who's going to get there first? Mount Lebanon does. Kurta with speed over the line. Good poke check by Keller, but Kurta is able to get a little shot pass there to White. White trying to play it out in front to Mayer, who's on hat trick watch for Mount Lebanon with half a minute to play in this second period. Keller to Johnny Alex. Alex up the right wing. That's deflected off a Mount Lebanon skate. Venom trying to drop it to Kalinko. Keller keeping it alive at the point. Kalinko to his captain. Keller out in front underneath a stick of Venom. Under 10 to go in the period. Mayer dispossessed. Good trail check there by Kalinko, but he can't enter the Mount Lebanon zone. And so we will cut the ice at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center with the Blue Devils 1 period away from spoiling senior night for the South Fayette Lions. Mount Lebanon 3 and the Lions 2 after 2. Matt Popchock here for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
And the Lions have it. Lobanov, 2-on-2 with Venom. Lobanov firing from 1 foot, and a good save there by Shin. The rebound is blocked by Lynham. Out of play. Keller unable to reconnect with Venom. White through the neutral zone. Trailing the play is Mayer. Mayer through a couple defensemen toward goal, and he goes 5-hole on Jackson Ankrum with 15 ticks to talk. Oh, smash. That shot is blocked. Keller powering forward. Keller to the goal. Keller on his backhand. Oh, what a stop there by Shin. The glass to his advantage. Bank able to get there. Lehman unable to put that puck on goal. Eberhardt deflects it in! The Blue Devils have retaken the lead, and it's Arlett up the right wing. Around Sims. Arlett, cross ice for Curda. Curda on Ankrum, and Ankrum has it in his left hand. Beginning at noon, always free on TenbandTV. This puck through a crowd again. Ankrum point blank, denying wrestler. Venom with a draw pass to Lobanov. Lobanov off a Mount Lebanon skate. Slap shot and a save by Shin on Ivan Kalenko. Ezio from the point to Lobanov. Lobanov waiting and watching. Right circle, shooting on goal, save made. The rebound clear, but not out. Keller. Venom crisscrossing with Stilley to Keller. Keller in front. It deflects off the skate and in. Does it count? Officials are conferring. We have not seen an official signal yet. Romanelli again with the active stick, but Bias is able to take the pass and protect this puck. Get it to Arlett. Arlett near side Mayer. Mayer score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Mayer on the penny power play. Off a couple of skates. Sioka up ahead to Keller. Keller 1 against 2. Keller to the goal. Lost the puck.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair. Has Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. You utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair. Has Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! 2025 2A Penguins Cup, and Ethan Cunningham is a local hero.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Craft House Stage and Grill is a live music venue on Curry Road in the South Hills, offering local and nationally touring acts all week long, as well as over 50 beers on tap and a scratch-made kitchen with delicious eats. If you're a night owl, like I used to be before I got old and had a kid, check out the late night happy hour Fridays and Saturdays 11 to 1 all month long for half off 20 delicious menu items and no cover charge. Visit crafthousepgh.com for a full menu and complete calendar of live events. Matt Popchock back here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center for this standalone edition of PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill on a thirsty Thursday. A little bit warmer this time in Western Pennsylvania. And the action certainly heated up in period two between the South Fayette Lions and the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. The two teams exchanging even strength goals and then exchanging power play goals. Cam Mayer's second tally of the night, coming 5-on-4. The difference right now in a 3-2 game that favors the Blue Devils, who were outshot in period two by South Fayette by a count of 16-12. Game totals: South Fayette 25 shots on goal after two periods, Mount Lebanon with 26. And for the Blue Devils, you got to love it if you're Jeremy Church. This is that elusive, complete game that Mount Lebanon has been wanting badly all season long. They played a very responsible game under trying circumstances emotionally, playing against a team playing at senior night, and we've seen that often. Sometimes the aura of a senior night can be, in a weird way, counterproductive, to the team that's celebrating it, as we get our first whistle quickly of period 3. There's that extra pressure to put on a show for the fans, and sometimes you get lulled as a result into trying to do too much or maybe not doing enough, and you get the feeling South Fayette is trying to overcome that, in addition to overcoming the team lining up on the opposite side of the circle. Meanwhile, from distance, Owen Sims nuzzles that nylon. It's 3-3. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. Fayette is trying to overcome that, in addition to technically lining up on the opposite side of the circle. Meanwhile, from distance, Owen a night or Sims two last year, but his first goal as a South Fayette Lion, 18 seconds into the third, has tied the game. And a nifty glove save at the other end by Jackson Ankrum. Parker Arlett trying to answer right back for Lebo. That's been an entertaining hockey game on this Thursday night, one of 3 Class 3A games on the Thursday night PIHL schedule this week. Week 14 of the regular campaign drawing to a close after tonight. That puck going off a Mount Lebanon glove on the Blue Devils bench, and so the faceoff will come just outside the Lebo line. Romanelli shoved from behind by White. Three unassisted goals by the Lions tonight. Sims, his first career goal for South Fayette varsity to make it a 3-3 hockey game. Each team with a power play goal, each team with a first-time goal scorer in this contest. And nearly a brilliant play there by Arlett. Just couldn't tuck it in from the bad angle. Blue Devils still in control. Curta near side. Hit from behind by Alex. Mash reversing the play from behind the South Fayette net. Both teams changing on the go. Arlett, pressured by Kalinko, lost that puck for a moment. Keller stepping onto the freshly cut ice here for South Fayette. Vizio with the keep in. Vizio from long range, blocked away by a standing Shin. Powers outletting for Lehman. Lehman dumps it in. Bank giving chase. Lions able to play keep away there behind goaltender Ankrum. Keller starts it out for South Fayette. He sneaks it up to Lobanov. Lobanov unable to go 5-hole on Shin. Vizio from the right point. Cross ice. Sims again. This time it's blocked. Ankrum well off his line to play it, and it's deflected up into the air back towards center. Well, that was going to be a high stick on Mount Lebanon, but the Blue Devils relented. And so play continues here with Keller at center red. Ankrum making a big gamble there, and that time it paid off. Venom to the corner. He's dumped at the end of the play by Ressler. And Venom a bit slow to get up. We might be getting a penalty here. Both these teams 1-for-1 on the penny power play. South Fayette gets chance number 2 as Graham Ressler is sent off for interference. Not quite 3 minutes into period 3. Ressler coming off not 1 but 2 lower body surgeries, and a lot of people wondered if he would ever play any competitive sports again, let alone play them well. And what a remarkable recovery he has made to get back to playing high school hockey. But he's got to sweat it out for a couple minutes here and hope the Blue Devils can come up with a big PK as Shin covers that puck at the side of the net. Both coaches making changes on special teams. Blue Devils with a big face-off win. Bank doing yeoman's work to get that puck to Quigley, and Kyle Quigley got it the rest of the way. Lobanov. Intended for Venom, broken up by Conradi, out of play. Blue Devils with another face-off win on the penalty kill. Arlett off a South Fayette stick. Keller couldn't keep it in the zone. Lobanov has to go fetch. Lobanov trying to weave through center. Bias nipping that in the bud. Keller left wing side. Keller from the right side leaves it for Lobanov. Lobanov cross ice for Vizio. Midway through the penny power play for South Fayette. For Keller. Unable to one-time that puck. Lobanov to the corner. It deflects off a skate, and the Blue Devils will be able to clear it easily. Kurta gets to this one first, and he's got it shorthanded for Mount Lebanon, but dispossessed quickly by Vizio. Half a minute to go in the minor penalty on Resler. Nice move there by Venom. Venom back for Keller. Backed up by Lobanov. Lobanov toward goal. Forgot the puck. Too many Mount Lebanon sticks in the way, and Eberhardt does the honors. That should just about do it. A turnover there to Lehman. Lehman forcing the save by an alert. Pardon me, Jackson Ankrum. Now that's twice now that South Fayette's nearly been burned on a cheaply given away puck by the goaltender Ankrum. Bank at the end of the penalty kill. Ankrum, that save. Lions trying to clear the rebound. They do, but not all the way out. Eberhardt to the corner for Bank. Teams back to 5 aside. Romanelli using the boards. Kept onside, a nifty play there by Bank, and he has this puck, but he's poke checked by Keller. Lynham with a keep in at left point. Venom interrupting the cross-ice pass. White to the point for Arlett. That shot deflected. Kalenko forces it up ahead to Venom. Venom overskating that puck. Blue Devils back to center. Kurta in transition. Watches White play it from the boards. South Fayette takes over. Venom trying to flick it up ahead to Johnny Alex. Sioka backing up the play for the Lions. He fires upstairs. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Shin. We'll be seeing the Blue Devils again next week, as we noted earlier. Next Thursday night, PIHL Hockey Night Live returns to TenbandTV at 7:10 when they play host to state champion Seneca Valley. In the nightcap at 9:10, Plum visiting Class A Gold rival Chartiers Valley. Again, that's next Thursday, January 15th on TenbandTV. Class A Gold is loaded this year. CV, Mars, Avonworth, and even upstart Butler all battling for one of those top 2 spots in that division. Plum at the moment on the playoff bubble in Class A Gold, and They'll be fighting for their lives, will the Mustangs, most of the second half of the season. We venture. Should be a couple of interesting games next Thursday night here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. This one's been pretty interesting too. South Fayette 3, Mount Lebanon 3. Under 10 to go in regulation on South Fayette senior night. Dungan deflected that off a skate in front. It comes to the corner eventually for Tucker Klasnick. Quigley from an angle. Oh, what a stop by Ankrum. Blink and you missed it. To the corner eventually for Tucker Klasnick. Quigley from an angle. Oh, what a stop by Ankrum. Blink and you missed it. Up to 27 saves now, and he's had to make some nifty ones to mitigate the damage done by Mount Lebanon. Venom from his own boards. Up to center, reaching for it for South Fayette, Lobanov. Klasnick giving chase, trying to get around Romanelli. Romanelli in front of those senior banners for South Fayette. Playing it to alternate captain Venom. Lobanov from his own line for Hudson Venom. Venom met by Conrarty in the corner. Keller in the thick of this puck battle as well for South Fayette as we approach the midpoint of period 3. Xavier Bias, the Mount Lebanon captain. Couldn't advance that puck. Lobanov with one hand trying to play keep away. Huff overpowering him, and he has it for the Blue Devils. Keller all over him like a cheap suit. Romanelli with a hit in the corner. Bias trying to go out in front, but Ankrum there with a poke check. Venom trying to Murphy dump that puck, but plays it off the rafters in error. And that'll cost his team an own zone faceoff. Bias up top for Lynham, deflected just wide. Not sure if Resler was able to get a stick on that or not. In front, Bias unable to finish from close range. Lions on the counterattack. Kalinko from the corner for Vizio. Vizio through a crowd. Oh, that's deflected just wide by Vidak. Lynham for Huff. Off the stick of Sioka. Kalinko plowed as he played that puck with a glove hand. Mount Lebanon student section expressing its approval, Vidak blasted by Mayer. Mayer with a couple of goals tonight for Mount Lebanon. Stilley stood up by Arlett. Blue Devils continue to throw their weight around here late in regulation. A very engaged Mount Lebanon team tonight, and you got to give them credit. Mash without a stick. Kicked it outside the zone, and the improv was effective as the Blue Devils are offside. Engaged Mount Lebanon team tonight, and you got to give them credit. Mash without a stick. Kicked it outside the zone, and 250,000 unique viewers watched live and on-demand coverage of the PIHL All-Star Games on TenbandTV. Maximize your brand exposure across Western PA by sponsoring our 2026 PIHL All-Star coverage. Email sales@tenbandmedia.com to learn more and watch the 2026 PIHL All-Star Games live from the RMU Island Sports Center Sunday, January 25th, beginning at noon. Always free on TenbandTV. Lions thought they might catch the Blue Devils, in an inopportune moment, but they were offside on themselves. Just a strange moment all around there as this puck is fired high and wide by Powers. Leah trying to avoid Arlett, unable to cross the attacking line. And that was a big break for Mount Lebanon. There was nobody covering that wing. And a lot of open ice for the Lions to work with, but it was not to be. Kalinko knocked off balance. Conrarty from center. Alex up the right wing to the corner. Alex catches up to his own dump in, but Resler has it for Lebo. Resler turning it over to Kalinko, who couldn't keep it onside. Mash with a steal. Mash over the line, surrounded by Blue Devils. Resler up to center for Bias. Bias interrupted, Huff knocked down. Play continues. Romanelli held up by Bias. Resler for Huff. Romanelli takes Huff out of the play as this puck goes out of play into the South Fayette bench. Final 5 of regulation. 3-3 the score. South Fayette and Mount Lebanon in PIHL's top flight. Lions entering the night as the number 7 team in Class 3A, a fringe playoff team as it were. Mount Lebanon trying to make up a lot of ground in a little bit of time. Keller from his own corner. Kurta applying pressure, but the Lions get it outside their zone. Centering pass for Lobanov. Lobanov on his backhand. Lobanov out in front. It's right in front of Shin and cleared somehow. Shin couldn't find it, but I think Eberhardt did, and he got it out of danger for Mount Lebanon. Venom defers to Lobanov. Lobanov overskating that puck. Stolen by Keller, and he is denied by Shin. No icing. Ankrum leaves his goal to play it. Mount Lebanon in the middle of a change. Two-line pass for Keller. Deflects off Keller's stick and into the netting to the extreme left of Sam Shin. Some more chirping after the whistle. You think teenagers have energy for miles, but Keller's logged a lot of minutes, even by high school standards tonight. Be interesting to see how much more he's got left in the tank with time winding down in the third period. That puck out of play in South Fayette territory. And officials call for the face-off in Mount Lebanon ice. Bank wins it to the corner for Arlett. Arlett up ahead to Lehman. Lehman surrounded by white jerseys. South Fayette playing it around their own boards for Alex. Kept inside the line by Conrarty. Romanelli met by Powers behind the net. Conrarty around the boards. Sims retreating. Alex turned it over. South Fayette trying to complete a line change. Mount Lebanon did that just a moment ago. And now the Lions are able to get more fresh troops out there as White plays it up to center for Mayer. Mayer unable to get around Sims, who has the equalizer in the first 20 seconds of period 3. Keller to goal. Keller shoots it off of Shin and wide. Save of the night, perhaps, by the sophomore. Keller had perhaps the game on his stick there, but couldn't find the net. Curta trying to sneak it up to White. Curta with it in front. Shoots it off the side of the cage. Venom outletting for Keller. Keller on the off wing. Under 2 to go in the third period. Keller is blasted by Ben Curta. Curta now giving the business to Romanelli. Mash just barely keeps that puck onside, but Mount Lebanon makes it a moot point. Romanelli is bowled over by Wrestler. And a stretch pass to Huff. Huff from the circle, deflected away by Ankrum and out of action. And Matt Schwartz is going to take his time out on the South Fayette bench. We'll take 1-2. 3-3 the score between the Lions and Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. South Fayette Senior Night coverage on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Face off to the left of Jackson Ankrum. After the South Fayette timeout, the Lions win the draw. Around the boards it comes to Hudson Venom as we approach the final minute of regulation here at the Mount Lebanon Ice Center. Bouncing puck. Lobanov trying to corral it, but Huff has it for Mount Lebanon. Huff with speed, taken down. Play continues. Church livid, wanting a penalty as the Lions have this puck. Keller from deep on the left wing. Now behind the net. Keller with under a minute to go. Poke check by Huff. Keller toward goal, but that's easily cut out by Wrestler. Wrestler up ahead to Bias. Bias poke check by Keller. Coming the other way is Lobanov. Lobanov over the line with half a minute to go. The double team effective for the Blue Devils. Arlen having a little trouble with this one, but he does get it the rest of the way, beyond the reach, though, of Curta, so it'll be icing on Mount Lebanon with just under 20 ticks to talk. Some sobering news for South Fayette fans, or at least for fans of Owen Sims during the break. The tying goal has been changed officially to Rocco Bovolino from Owen Sims, so Sims versus varsity marker will have to wait for Bovolino, his second career varsity goal. 15 seconds left. A big save at the side of the net by Shin on Venom. Shin with another loud one there. 5 seconds to go. 51 minutes, not enough to settle senior night. We head to the Craft House Stage and Grill overtime here in Mount Lebanon. with the Blue Devils and South Fayette Lions tied at 3. Again, Rocco Bovolino, the South Fayette senior, now officially being credited with a tying goal. He is the first and only senior to score on senior night tonight for the Lions. Will he be the last? Mount Lebanon and South Fayette both earning a point, regardless of the eventual outcome. Now they play for an extra point. 3 minutes of NHL-style 3-on-3 overtime hockey to come. The goaltenders, as a gentle reminder, do switch sides in the event of overtime. Bias, Arlett, and Curta out there for Mount Lebanon. Keller, Venom, Mash, the trio for South Fayette. Overtime underway on South Fayette senior night. Keller over the line. Keller from the hash mark, creating space. Keller taking his time in the attacking zone now. Early in the OT. Cross ice for Mash. Mash for Keller. Keller played that one off the boards, now throws it to nobody in particular except Curta. Curta unable to get it out of there. Toward goal it comes, and a save made there. Rebound, score! Hudson Venom on the backhand puts it home. Go ahead and call it a comeback. The Lions win it 4-3 in overtime on senior night, and I like to stop at the duty-free shop. Hudson Venom, his 8th of the season. And South Fayette, in dramatic fashion, treats the senior night faithful to a W. Keller played that one off the board. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski. Thank you, Ethan Stewart. Thank you, Austin McLean. Able to get it out of there. Toward goal it comes, and a save. And thank you for watching and listening. We'll see you right back here next Thursday for Seneca Valley. Hudson Venom on the backhand puts it home. Valley. South Go ahead and call it a comeback. Win in overtime, the Lions win it 4-3 in overtime. The Lions over the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. I'm Matt Popchock, and that's all she wrote. You've been watching PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Craft House Stage and Grill. His 8th of the season.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
And the Lions have it. Lobanov, 2-on-2 with Venom. Lobanov firing from 1 foot, and a good save there by Shin. The rebound is blocked by Lynham. Out of play. Keller unable to reconnect with Venom. White through the neutral zone. Trailing the play is Mayer. Mayer through a couple defensemen toward goal, and he goes 5-hole on Jackson Ankrum with 15 ticks to talk. Oh, smash. That shot is blocked. Keller powering forward. Keller to the goal. Keller on his backhand. Oh, what a stop there by Shin. The glass to his advantage. Bank able to get there. Lehman unable to put that puck on goal. Eberhardt deflects it in! The Blue Devils have retaken the lead, and it's Arlett up the right wing. Around Sims. Arlett, cross ice for Curta. Curta on Ankrum, and Ankrum has it in his left hand. Beginning at noon, always free on TenbandTV. This puck through a crowd again. Ankrum point blank denying wrestler. Venom with a draw pass to Lobanov. Lobanov off a Mount Lebanon skate. Slap shot and a save by Shin on Ivan Kalinko. Ezio from the point to Lobanov. Lobanov waiting and watching. Right circle, shooting on goal. Save made. The rebound cleared but not out. Venom crisscrossing with Stilley to Keller. Keller in front. It deflects off the skate and in. Does it count? Officials are conferring. We have not seen an official signal yet. Romanelli again with the active stick, but Bias is able to take the pass and protect this puck. Get it to Arlett. Arlett near side Mayer. Mayer score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Mayer on the penny power play. Off a couple of skates. Sioka up ahead to Keller. Keller 1 against 2. Keller to the goal. Lost the puck. Fayette is trying to overcome that in addition to overcoming the team lining up on the opposite side of the circle. Meanwhile, from distance, Owen Sims nuzzles that nylon to the corner eventually for Tucker Klasnick. Quigley from an angle. Oh, what a stop by Ankrum. Blinking, you missed it. Kalinko from the corner for Vizio. Vizio through a crowd. Oh, that's deflected just wide by Vidak. Mount Lebanon team tonight, and you got to give them credit. Mash without a stick. Kicked it outside the zone, and the improv was effective as the blue pass for Lobanov. Lobanov on his backhand. Lobanov out in front. It's right in front of Shin and cleared somehow. Shin couldn't find it, but I think Eberhardt did. In the first 20 seconds of period 3, Keller to goal. Keller shoots it off of Shin and wide. Save of the night, perhaps, by the sophomore. Kurta trying to sneak it up to White. Kurta with it in front. Shoots it off the side of the cage. And a stretch pass to Huff. Huff from the circle. Deflected away by Ankrum and out of action. Played that one off the boards. Now throws it to nobody in particular except Kurta. Kurta unable to get it out of there. Toward goal it comes, and a save made there. Rebound. Score! Hudson Venom on the backhand puts it home. Go ahead and call it a comeback. The Lions win it 4-3 in overtime on senior night, and I like to stop at the duty-free shop. Hudson Venom, his 8th of the season.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.